presidency has said that it has to stop Herdsmen from roaming all over the country to prevent clashes with farmers. The senior special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, said this when he appeared on Channels Television's Sunrise Daily on Tuesday, saying, "We have to stop these herders from roaming and eating up crops all over the country. They drive their cattle into farmlands and they eat up crops and the farmers fight back and the killings follow. This country cannot continue in this way," he said. Shehu blamed the roaming of the herdsmen on the drying up of grazing lands in the northernmost parts of the country. He said the encroachment by desert leading to the drying up of a lot of grazing lands in the northernmost parts of the country have put pressure on the herders who are looking southwards for green grass so that their cattle will eat and also have water to drink. It is a global climate change situation which is unfortunate considering what has happened around Lake Chad Basin itself, drying up about only 10% of its original size. Shehu expressed delight that governors of the North Central are coming together to solve the problem of grazing. Really? Is it today that you guys know? Is it today that you guys know? Whatever the problem is, whether you call it a climate change, other people are facing problem in other places, and that does not result them making life uncomfortable for their neighbors or for the people around them. No, even if there's climate change, so it is a deliberate act for you not to go to another person's land to go and destroy what they have. Is that not wickedness? Is that not wickedness? Does that not tell one that there's an agenda, that okay, we know that, of course, they know that there's nobody you are going to do such a thing to. The person will not want to revoke, or the person will not want to retaliate, because it is that retaliation that is what they want. It is now you guys are not talking about it. What has changed? No. What has changed? It's a situation whereby the military Allah now is not a negotiator, between the government and the so-called terrorists. Of course, there's a conflicting narratives there, both from the government at the center and at the state level. When people are doing wrong thing, you look the other way. The worst part of it is now is that even the so-called group that are making life uncomfortable for the people, you are giving them amnesty. You are looking the other way. You are not bringing them to book. You are not arresting them, and they are committing the highest crime in the land, in the whole world. Crime against humanity. You are not saying anything. The next thing you tell us that they are repented, you recruit them, and you are still telling them they are the middlemen, the repentant one. They are the middlemen between you and the so-called terrorists. What are we talking about? Is that not a joke? These are the things people have been talking about for crying out loud for how many years? Even recently, in Enugu State, they will just go to. It just happened recently. We man came as he cried out. One man called Ekene Zodima, talking about how his seedlings have been eating up close to 8 million. Where is he going to get that money from? Where is he going to get that money from? Is the person going to be digging money from the ground or what? This is really terrible. Now you are coming out to tell us that it is unfortunate. No, there's no excuse for such thing. Those who always come out and say, "Oh, please forgive me. I went into crime because I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that." Is that an excuse? It is not an excuse. If everybody should take into crime, who is going to be left? Who will remain? Nobody will remain. You are telling us that it is climate change. Now they break. Hey, Mr. Gaba, this one. He gets us a bill. First good news from Garba Shehu since Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari took over. Yes, when Buhari took over, the pilot of this beautiful, brighter country called Nigeria, they are planning Ruga, confiscation of other people's lands. Fear has gripped the Fulani leaders. They now know very well that security outfits of southern region are fully prepared to defend their land now against the Fulani's invaders. Is it now the presidency has woken up? I don't know. That's the question I'm asking. Are they just saying that now? Is it just knowing that now? Is it not the same Femi Adesina and the Buhari? They say, "Oh, live with them. We have to live with them. Learn how to live with them." Like, seriously? Well, Even if there's another plan they are bringing up, or they want to that will be unfolding, trust Nigerians. They will get to know at the end of the day. Well, best comment so far. That is good thing, Gaba. After that, the federal government must profile them through the help of the indigenous communities where they reside, as they are the only ones who can attest to the fact that are the true settlers in that community, and expect the rest of the Fulani, that's the indigenous communities, that did not recognize. If properly done, the criminal Fulani bandits and kidnappers can easily be apprehended and dealt with accordingly. From where government must criminalize any Fulani holding AK-47 or related weaponry and deal with them ruthlessly. Then governments can, as state governments and host communities, decide either to integrate or relocate the Fulanis elsewhere in an orderly manner before the ranching policies are fully articulated and enforced. A stitch in time saves nine. That's another person's opinion based on that. Why can't these folks put on their thinking caps to think out of the box? Israel and Dubai used to be deserts, but with their foresight and ingenuity, they are they were able to turn these environments to fertile and habitable zones. Ranching is not the best international best practices. Where again do you find herders roaming with cows? Nigeria always carry last. This is purely afterthought. Who said Nnamdi Kanu is not a man? No, the wounds have rethink, but go ahead. The proposed Southeastern Security Network is so frightening to them. Middle Belt is waxing stronger as each day goes on. God will never um God will never allow you to go unpunished. You know what will happen to them from Eastern Security Network very soon. Short-sightedness has been cured after many lives have been wasted by killer Herdsmen. If only they had listened to Governor Hotom. Too late, many have gone. Fulani killers, Herdsmen everywhere, killing and raping. And at the end of the day, they are not arresting them. That is the problem we are talking about. We are not arresting them. I hope people will not just fall in for this. And it is good that people are even preparing themselves. They are fortifying themselves. Whatever they are going to say, you just have to look it thoroughly to know where they are coming from. Because this kind of statement, it could be a disease in the first place, just to calm the nerves. Okay, you have known that 2 plus 2 is 4. You think you will continue killing us like chicken. Let them come. I think it's their father's land. When they see fire, nobody will tell them to find road that leads to the north. So guys, leave your comment below and let's have your take on this.